Hi, thanks for tuning into the Shock and Awe Toy Reviews channel. I know it says toys, but this is an adults only channel. It's for adult collector, even though we review toys. So if you're under 13, please stop watching and go fuck. You can press stop anytime. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Two idiots, sometimes one toast, one camera, and a review. I'm Wilson. Sitting to my right is the bearded thunder,
Mr. Berg,
and to my left is
Toast.
Okay. This is the yearly wrap-up show that we've done 2 years now.
3 years.
3 years? Doesn't know. Don't know.
It's hard to look through all our 200 plus videos.
Yeah. We have been asked about this, if we were doing this, when we were doing this. Yes, this is the top 5 toys for us.
Who asked?
Of 2019. So we're going to get right into that now. Top 5 toys, 2019.
Mm-hmm. Top 15.
Oh, you started.
Top 5 each.
Yes.
Ish.
We'll get there.
I want to start with an honorable mention. I got this guy on a Black Friday sale for cheap. I really like the look of him. I did not like his colors. So I spent a few days working with paint, making him, I think, look better. I gave him a black wash. I'm not done yet. I painted the weapon, did some stuff to his metal and leather parts. I really like him a lot. So yeah, I've only had him for about 3 weeks, and I like him so much more now than I did when I got him.
So your honorable mention is just you showing off.
Yep, my number 5. MMC Ocular Max Springer.
Awesome.
So I had this guy in the box for honestly a couple of months before I took him out. I was a little bit afraid because he's a triple changer, and I didn't want to deal with transforming him. He's actually really surprisingly intuitive. As soon as I got him out of the box, started messing with him, there's this unfolding sort of abdomen side flank is the only thing that I had a problem with. Otherwise, he's super intuitive, very straightforward, and just a blast to mess with. I like him a lot. I wish I'd gotten him out of the box sooner.
And you like the way both his modes look too, his alt modes?
I've never liked the Springer's car mode.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought it looked stupid. But his kind of Tumblr-esque look, I like it out of the 3 other Masterpiece Springers. I like his car the best. And the helicopter, I think, looks great, although none of the helicopters look that good.
So after whittling down over 100 figures that I bought this year, because apparently I'm rich or stupid, I narrowed it down to 20 and then cut that down to 11. So my number 5 favorite toy of 2019 is Alien Series 3, the Scorpion Alien. Basically, I went with what would be a 4.5, 5 hammer figures.
Yeah.
To narrow it down, which was still way too many.
Right.
So then I went with how much did I actually play with the toy versus I played with it once and just put it on a shelf. So I played with this guy a fuck ton.
Yeah,
I love this guy. He's loose as fuck. That's the other reason most of my guys are on this list is because they're loose as fuck. I've been playing with them too much. I bought 2 aliens. I bought the Spider Alien or one of the video game aliens.
Arachnoid one?
The Arachnoid one, that one. So it was down between the 2 of them, and I played with this guy way more. I posed him a lot more. I love the iridescent gold color scheme. I love the fact that you can see through his legs.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a neat little cool. And I love the spiked dome effect.
Oh, yeah.
Most aliens are smooth or have, like, the ribbed. I had this one as a kid. I love this update. I love a lot of these guys, but this thing I just played with a ton. And, yeah, this leg is kind of loosey-goosey because I have a fallen display of aliens and predators, and this guy's the only one who moves besides the laser shot predator, which gets a top 10 nod, but didn't make the top 5 for me.
My top 5, kind of a surprise one even to me, is the MacFarland Fortnite Direwolf figure. This was when I saw the Fortnite guys and thought, like, they are really, really starting to get cool. And What I love about him is he's got like samurai stuff, but he's also kind of like an army guy. And I know you said you were kind of tired of werewolf guys that are like bikers with guns and stuff. But like if you look close enough at this guy, he's got more like samurai stuff on him. And I thought, yeah, and I like loved that he had this sword on his back. It was unfortunate you couldn't take it out. It wasn't an actual thing, so I gave him his own giant fuck sticks. And even for a Fortnite figure, he was just different. He was cool, and he stands great even with the funky legs. He was one of the many that I got this year. He's like one of the ones that I play with the most. And Watto is just there because I found him finally, and I love Watto. I got Watto on a trip that I took that was fun this year. Annie!
So my number 4 is the Nickelodeon Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the whole set, but I didn't want to bring in all 4. I just brought in Raphael.
So the set is your 4th pick.
It is, because individually, they're still not that great.
Okay.
But collectively, I love them.
So my number 4 toy of the year is another NECA figure because I love him. My biggest of the horror favorite guy has always been Jason. Like, I like him better than Freddy. I like him better than Michael. I like him better than Leatherface. But most of his movies are crap. When they made this toy originally, I was super disappointed because it was back when NECA was doing kind of statues, and his legs had zero articulation, and he was all right, but he didn't move. And then they made Ultimate one. So I got my favorite guy, Jason. I got my favorite design of Jason. And he's got super articulation. Awesome sculpt, awesome paint, awesome design. And he can bend his knees and murder people. And his machete is even bigger. So happy.
For my number 4, I chose the Predator Bad Blood 2-pack from NECA. What I love about this 2-pack is I did play with this a lot. The Predator Bad Blood miniseries was like the first Predator comics I ever read. And I remember thinking like, oh man, these comics are like, I heard they're bloody and they're awesome. And Bad Blood is a horrifically violent series. I just remember it connecting, and I love the idea of one Predator going after another. It has a sentimental connection with me.
I did not get this set because I have the previous shitty Bad Blood figure because there's no way they're ever going to do 2 Bad Blood guys. And no, they fucked me up.
I did what they call in the sports ball called an audible and replaced the NECA movie Turtles with Iron Factory's Decepticon Saurus. I don't remember what his fake name is. The reason I made that call was this is my favorite DJD character. I love his head and his face. The MMC one didn't come out, and I loved all the other Iron Factory ones. This guy ended up actually getting more play than the NECA Turtles. It was very neck and neck. The only reason he wasn't on it was just so hard to make a list this year. But I've had a lot of fun with this guy, and the fact that I finally got some toy version of this character made me a lot happier now that I think about it than even those movie Turtles did. They're highly recommended.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
What's blowing my mind is how many of these top 5 weren't reviewed on the channel.
Oh, it happens every year.
My number 3, Mafex SpiderMan. This is the SpiderMan figure that I've wanted for a very long time. Finally has eyes that are the right size and is superposable, even though I don't have him superposed at the moment.
Why is that?
Time.
No, he's awesome.
He is awesome. I like him a lot. He comes with a ton of accessories that I also did not bring. This is the Spider-Man figure that I was waiting for. And I like him a lot. Play with him quite a bit. Number 3.
Number 3. So ever since I first saw the Cowboy Bebop anime 2000 something?
Years ago?
The year 2000, 2001, 2002, 2000, I can't remember. One of my good friends at the time and we basically binge watched the entire series of Cowboy Bebop over 2 days. And since that time, I've wanted an amazing Cowboy Bebop toy, Spike Spiegel. And at the time, I got a 12-inch one, which was pretty good, but he was 12-inch cloth costume, I remember. He wasn't that great. And then somebody put out a super non-articulated version again, which the only thing I really remember him besides the fact that he was non-articulated was that he came with like 6 cigarettes so that if you lost one, you had 5 more replacements.
Nice.
And it was all in this little tree. So like, if you lost one, you'd have to break it off. And
That's cool.
so, superhero figure arts, Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel. Fuck yeah, he comes with a fuck ton of shit. He's awesome. He's amazing. I can't wait to get Vicious this year, and I hope to do Faye and Jet and
They've already shown Faye, I thought.
yeah.
And he comes with cigarettes?
He comes with a head with a cigarette in the face.
Cool.
He comes with like 3 or 4 face sculpts, and
Cool.
yeah, he's just fucking awesome. So my number 2 toy is a Hasbro figure somehow. Shocking, not really. Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian Mando. I can't remember his real name. They just told us. Spoilers. This guy is awesome. He is one of the best Star Wars Black figures I have, if not the best, period, much less just this year. To prove how much, well, he's actually standing very nicely. He can't stand in my display case anymore because his one hip is so loose that almost any stance I put him in, his feet just start to splay. Because I've literally played with him every episode of the show that I've watched. He watches along with me. I play with him all the time.
That's so cute.
His left hip is all kinds of loose. When he got out, he was super nice and tight. But that left hip is shot. I need to fix it. All I do is put him in cool Boba Fett Mandalorian-esque poses. I love it. He's got great paint, great detail. I actually like the fact, spoilers, that he has the original armor and not the more silver armor that he starts collecting.
I was going to ask if you were going to buy another one.
I will buy the other one, but I prefer this one better. I like the fact that this is badass Mandalorian. This isn't, oh yeah, I have a kid.
This is Rambo Mandalorian.
Yes.
I like the color breakup, which is the one thing I always talk about.
He's super awesome toy. I love him. And he's the first Star Wars guy that I got that I noticed he has butterfly joints in the shoulders.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I wish they would do that with more toys. I bought other Star Wars Blacks from this wave and the wave after, and they don't all have that joint, so I'm kind of like, what the fuck? But it's Hasbro. I love them.
Hard to find figure.
Crazy hard to find. Unfortunately, people had a chance to pre-order them because they're like, oh, here's the whole wave of things for months, and nobody cared. And then he came out, and nobody cared, and then the show came out, and everyone, oh my fucking God!
Yeah.
Always get a Boba Fett guy.
Yeah. Always get a Boba Fett guy and any new looking kind of
any Sith female, especially. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thought women don't sell.
Sith women do. People like their women in black leather.
Number 2.
Dos.
Revoltech Iron Man. This one was surprising for me. I don't even like Iron Man that much, except for Robert Downey Jr. But this figure looked amazing. Pre-ordered it, and in hand, he blew my mind. The figure is super articulated, and unlike the previous Revoltech, except for the elbows and sometimes the shoulders, most of the joints are hidden behind all of the armor. So it moves very well, and you don't see the joints. And he comes with this huge honkin' box of accessories, energy effects, missiles, explosions.
Have you taken any of those out besides the blasters he's using now?
Yes. Because he's been next to my laptop for months. I play with him every couple of days. My wife kept knocking him over, so he would frequently change position. Yeah, more than anything else, this guy has been played with this year.
Awesome toy.
And my number 2 is DC Prime's Batman. What scale is this? He's 9 inches. He's a big toy, and we haven't had the greatest of luck with DC collectibles in the past. See Blue Beetle review, other reviews. A lot of their toys tend to break, so I was very nervous about this one. He was bigger, more expensive, and more detailed. Got him out of the package. Nothing was wrong with them except one toe joint, really tight. Once it got loose, fine. He's got great accessories. I love the way he looks. He's got awesome looking armor. It's a style that's sort of been seen before, but it's done in a new, unique way. And the cape, as much as I hate soft goods, if they did soft goods like this all the time, I would like it more, because this is like a pleather, and this works so well. And at each piece, it's got the wires in there. It's an articulated cape. It's amazing. I love it. And he can do the how Wilson draws pose fantastically.
Crotch out.
Crotch out, face down. He just needs to have more black triangles and disproportioned body parts. So yeah, number 2.
So, my number 1 toys of the year is Hasbro's Thor Ragnarok Hela and Scourge 2-pack. Of course, I can't find Hela or the guns. I've always loved Scourge. He's my favorite Thor villain that's not named Loki. And I actually like him more than Loki most of the time. I loved his shitty portrayal in the movie because it felt just like the way Scourge should be. I know a lot of people were not happy. I love this toy. I love that I got this toy. I love this toy because he's got the new photorealistic paint and his face is one of the best face portrait things on a 6-inch scale figure that I've ever seen. I love the design. I love Carl Urban. I love this toy, and the fact that I got a second Hela that I kind of already had, but she has other shit that makes her different, was not the greatest, but it wasn't an end. And the fact that he came with the machine guns, which of course I can't find. I love this figure so much that I bought 20 other toys to do a display of them being murdered so that I can have an epic diorama for him, and hopefully I can get that done. He's just a Marvel Legends, but it's the characters, the feeling, the memory, all of it. I played with him so much and posed him so much, I've bent the plastic skirt out of position.
You've given him an erection.
He has a permanent skirt erection.
That could be fixed.
He has fought the Mandalorian a couple times during the Mandalorian. I love this toy.
Great, I'm happy. That's a surprise to me, but that's awesome.
Starscream!
And my number 1 toy of 2019, even though it clearly says on the box, this is not a toy, I only point that out to my kids so they don't touch them, is the 3A Blitzwing deluxe version, not the premium super uber expensive one, this because I think there's one bigger than this, from the Bumblebee movie.
Does he transform?
He does not. So he is technically, I agree, not a Transformer. Nobody needs to argue with me about that. He is so fun, and I have had so much fun with him. Now, I was terrified knowing he was 3A out of different things I've seen of somebody else's toys from the company. But the Shaolin Cowboy actually gave me hope. And so when I saw they were doing a version that I could afford, I said, I'll get this one. And he's amazing. His accessories are awesome. Certain things that they did, like there are pieces that move to get out of the way here, and articulation joints that he has that just move in and out to get out of the way. Certain parts so they don't scrape up against each other. He's got really cool ankles that push in, and then when you want to tilt them, you can pull them out so you get more range. And he poses great. He's got all the accessories that you see him have in the movie, and he's fun. If you can afford it, I suggest this version. He made me want to get the Prime and Soundwave that they just announced too. So number 1.
This is where I cheat. My number 1 is just everything Dragon Ball SH Figure Arts has done this year has been spectacular. I was just talking about Iron Man and the number of effects and pieces that he comes with, and the convention exclusive Goku Black has this massive box that's just chock full of accessories. We get a Gogeta finally this year. This Boo is amazing. I was a little afraid initially when I pre-ordered him because I don't like this diaper look for his crotch. But Majin Buu, as soon as I got him out of the box, he was amazing. And Teen Gohan, I've wanted for a long time. I still want a purple gi Gohan. But just the entire line this year has been outstanding. I couldn't pick one.
So that's been it. You saw each of our 5 favorite toys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, but especially the guy who keeps giving him a thumbs down. Berg's dying to know why you don't like it. Let us know. We don't care.
I'm not upset.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, is it personal?
Yeah.
Or is it just because, like, we suck?
Whoever watched this, thank you very much.
Give us a thumbs up and tell us why.
Yeah, and all the social media stuff is in the show notes at the bottom of the screen. And check out the Instagram. It's my personal Instagram, but you know what? I put a bunch of toys up there. You're not really... I don't have my nose guard!
Oh, God!
Holy fuck! Until next time.